All right, we're live now. So let's just let some people shuffle on in here.
I should probably check those people.
People
Oh
shuffle
no,
on in here.
I
Yep.
wasn't prepared. I wasn't prepared.
Oh no.
I am now.
Okay, well, we'll just let everybody come in here for real quick. So we get a few minutes. I'm gonna pull it up on YouTube. See who we got here. We got Batmom. Hey. You want to say hi to the people, Ashley?
No, you can say hi to they're your people, Ryan. They don't know me yet.
Sure they do. Oh, we got Eric. We got Vincent. What's up, dude? How you doing? We got Keith. What's going on, Keith? There'll be a lot of people here.
Never mind.
No, go ahead.
Well, for a second, there was really bad feedback coming back from you.
Okay.
But I don't hear that. I don't hear it now. Yeah, I don't hear it now. So never mind.
Titan, what's up, bruh? Long time no see, dude. How you been? I got a lot of people coming in.
That's good. How's everybody doing?
Mando, what's up? Lessons. I'm gonna share this out on Twitter.
I'm going to apologize in advance if I start like pouring sweat. My air conditioning is out and I'm miserable. So
You still haven't gotten that fixed?
no,
Oh golly, what am I gonna do?
fix it. Come over and fix it.
It'd be more broken if I tried to fix it. I guarantee you.
That would be great if
Is
you
your air
did.
conditioner supposed to smoke? I'm doing pretty good, Titan. Just chilling. I'm trying to chill in the Arizona heat.
With working air conditioning, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's working. Luckily, you can come over if you want.
Okay, I'll be right there.
We'll just wait for a few more people. Then you can go ahead and introduce yourself, Ashley, for those who don't know you.
Well, why don't you explain kind of what's going on?
I think everybody kind of knows what's going on. People know Josh is taking that hiatus. So in the meantime, Ashley will be co-hosting with me from now on, which should make it really interesting. She's obviously the better looking of the two. So.
Well, people don't know what you look like, so that's not fair to assume.
Oh no, they can take my word for it. Trust me.
Well, okay. So, do you want me to go ahead and introduce?
Yeah, please, by all means, start.
Okay. So, my name's Ashley, but I go by Asherz for the most part. I'm a full-time 40 investigator, so I don't just talk about these things on the internet. I actually go out and look for them. And I have my own podcast weekly currently. It's called On Wednesdays We Talk Weird. Some of you might know it or might be vaguely familiar with it. But I've been doing this full time for probably about a year. I'm also probably the, I guess, unofficial Mothman expert in the field. So if you don't know me from my show, you probably know me from that. So, oh, this is the Flatwoods Monster. People don't know about the Flatwoods Monster. Okay, so in the 1950s in Sutton, West Virginia, two boys were outside playing and they saw something fall out of the sky. And they decided to go grab their parents to investigate. So it was the two original boys that saw the thing come from the sky. It was another neighborhood kid. It was the mom. It was a National Guardsman and their dog. All went into the woods. And what they found was this kind of area that had this weird pulsating red light coming off of it. And as they started kind of approaching the area, this thing emerged. Big. Well, it didn't look exactly like that. That's the cutesy version. But all these people reported seeing this thing out in the middle of nowhere, West Virginia. And it's kind of a strange story. Some people think that it could have been an owl because it had these giant glowing yellow eyes, and we know that owls are pretty popular at that. However, owls aren't 7 to 8 feet tall. So it's the Flatwoods Monster, Flatwoods, West Virginia, Flatwoods, Braxton County.
Good answer. What's up, Ethan? Joe, what's going on, man? Yeah, Mando, we're going to be doing more shows too, so you have those to look forward to.
I'm trying to keep up with the chat. I'm not very good at it.
We got Susan here. What's going on, Susan? How you doing? Whispers, hey. Okay, so what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to take questions from you, and we're going to try to answer them the best we can. So if you got questions, put them in the chat, and we'll definitely answer them.
Let's see if Ryan knows his stuff. I don't know, guys. Do you think he knows his stuff?
I don't think I do. I think you're going to over-exaggerate how much I know.
At least you're honest.
Nina, hey. Good to see you here, Nina. Yeah, Whispers, I'm glad you made it too. I haven't seen you in a long time either.
This is your first live on this channel, isn't it?
Yes, we're taking my live virginity here. It's interesting.
Okay.
Mike, what's going on, dude? You can say hi, Ashley. They're all good people.
I can't keep up with the chat, Ryan.
Miss G, hey, Gloria
So
Hayes
I
is
said
here.
already. Hi, everybody. Do I investigate cryptids or just the paranormal? Everything. That's why I'm a 4D investigator. I do cryptozoology, ufology, paranormal, the occult, pretty much anything and everything that's fringe science, I suppose. So that's a good question.
More live shows, huh, Titan? I can do that. If you want me to do that, I can definitely do that for you.
You could probably do that, yeah.
Yeah, I can do that. I think it'd be fun. Give you a chance to pick my brain.
I like the live shows.
Yeah, they're fun. Yeah, Joe, I know Linda Godfrey's really not feeling well. I'm not allowed to say too much, but hopefully
What
she gets
do I
better.
investigate? I can answer that. So I will investigate anywhere that people will pay me to investigate, but mostly my own personal. So most of the time I'm kind of on the trail on my own, but I will have people reach out and want me to, help with their situations and whatnot. Which of course, it's up if they want me to come to their town, I will, but they've got to pay for that. But mostly I'm in Ohio. That's where I'm located. I live in Dayton, Ohio. But being in Ohio, I'm kind of central to a lot of things. I spend almost every other weekend in West Virginia, just because that's kind of been the area of study lately because I'm working on this feature-length Mothman documentary. So, currently most of my travel is tied up in anywhere that there's Mothman sightings. There's a trip to Chicago coming up soon, and then also a big investigation in Kentucky. So kind of all over the place.
We got a question from Titan. Yeah, Titan, we plan on it eventually, not right away. Though, I mean, lice would be pretty interesting to look into as well. Yeah, those are pretty interesting insects. But yeah, we'll be doing a live one eventually.
One of these days.
One of these days, we definitely will. She'll disagree with me about the Wendigo and everything, though.
Absolutely.
Oh, Ohio is Whisper State, just so you know.
Oh, was that right, Whispers? Where? What region of Ohio? But yes, the Spaghetti Warehouse in Dayton, Ohio is very good. Not a sponsor.
What's going on, Tyler? I see you. I see you there. From Central Canada, yeah, Nina. There's a lot of cryptid stories that come out of Canada, namely Bigfoot. There's a few Dogman, but not too many in Canada. I'm not sure about the paranormal. I think that's Ashley's department.
I don't know personally about that one. Most of the paranormal stuff I do is stuff that I can like readily get to. Eventually you guys will learn that I don't believe in ghosts traditionally.
Hey.
So, I guess I'm going to stir that pot early on. But
you're about to stir another pot too. Titan wants to know your thoughts on the Wendigo.
Which one should I do? My thoughts on the paranormal or my thoughts on the Wendigo?
Go with the Wendigo first. Let's answer Titan's question.
I think that the Wendigo itself is not an actual creature. I think that the Wendigo is a lot of things. I think that it's an easy explanation for psychological issues. I think that it's an easy explanation for famine. I think it's an easy explanation for cannibalism. I think that it's probably also a misidentified creature. I think that they were saying something different, and they were just calling it the Wendigo because they didn't know what else to call it. I'm sorry that it makes you mad that you think I'm gorgeous.
Well, she's not wrong. Batmom is.
I'll help you, Batmom. I learned all the greatest makeup tricks from the best, but I can tell you that all of this is artificial. So don't feel too bad.
She's lying to you, Batmom. I've seen her without makeup, and she looks just as good. So don't let her lie to you like that.
Yes, and my hair just naturally grows this color too. Look how sweaty I am. Oh my gosh, it's disgusting in my apartment. I'm sorry, guys.
It's all good. Nobody's judging you. Okay, I don't really agree entirely on the Wendigo thing, but we'll be discussing that in the video.
Yeah, we will be going in depth with the with Wendigo soon. So,
Jay Coop, what's going on? You didn't miss much, man. We just started just a few minutes ago.
Oh my gosh, it's Nate. Hi, Nate.
Oh no, Nate's here. Time to end the stream, guys. Nate showed up. We gotta go. No, we're done.
You leave him alone.
Oh yeah, Keith, for sure, dude. We have to make plans for that. We definitely have to make plans someday.
Yeah, definitely. Down in Tennessee, there's lots of stuff there. It's actually a very mostly paranormal, actually. A lot of ghosts in Tennessee.
Oh yeah. It's kind of fun to check that out, see what's going on over there.
I think so.
Oh, Nina, you'll have to message me sometime and tell me some of the Dogman encounters in your neck of the woods. I would love to hear them. Lakeshore, what's going on, dude? Well, Batmom, tell Allie I said hello.
You're doing good responding to the chat.
I'm used to it. That's what I used to do back in the old show.
Be the chat person.
That's right, Ethan. We invade Canada. I will be leading the charge. Takes a Canadian to do it, eh?
What do we got going on? I'm so far behind. I'm trying to catch up.
You know what you probably could do is just pull open YouTube, mute it. That way you can see the live chat as it goes on. That's what I do.
That's what I'm doing.
Oh, that's what you're doing? It's still lagging behind?
No, it's because I keep answering questions, and then by that time I answer the question, it's...
Oh, excuses.
That's okay. You're doing a good job of it, so...
As I do. Yeah, if you guys want to share out the stream too, that'd be great. Get some more people in here.
Yeah, definitely share the stream, like the stream, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. I'm assuming most of you here probably are subbed, but if you're not and you want to hear my bad takes on the Wendigo and the paranormal, subscribe to the channel. You'll hear a lot of it.
I can promise you guys that the Wendigo will be a source of arguments between Ashley and I.
Well, which is kind of stupid because we believe in the same thing. It's just Ryan refuses to accept that. But, hey, whatever.
Brenda, hey. Guys, you should check out Brenda's channel too. She's had some pretty cool Bigfoot investigations.
Okay, let me see. I think I'm finally starting to get caught up here. I'm starting to find questions that we haven't answered yet.
We got Ethan giving out the coffee again. 5 cups, Ethan? Good Lord, dude. Caffeine overload.
Okay, so Ethan asked about mysteries in our neck of the woods. Ryan, do you wanna share some local mysteries to you?
Well, we got skinwalkers in my neck of the woods. We got thunderbirds and of course Dogman. There is that personal experience that I was telling you about, Ash. Remember the kids laughing at 4 in the morning?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look into that because that was highly unusual to hear little kids playing and laughing at 4 in the morning. That was just not natural at all.
Okay. Well, all right. As far as mine goes, I live in Dayton, Ohio, so it's a kind of a hotbed for stuff. The biggest, I think the most well-known is probably Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. Not only does it house all the aliens, but it's allegedly haunted. So that's interesting. Of course, we've got the Beast of Butter Street, the Dogman sightings in Germantown, Ohio, which is like right. I mean, it's not exactly Dayton, but it might as well be.
I'd love to check that out.
Well, it's a really the whole area is very very interesting. So it's not just Dogman in the area. I've heard of reports of obviously Sasquatch, obviously Dogman, ghosts. There's allegedly a Wendigo sighting that happened there. All kinds of stuff. So it's a really interesting. It used to be the cool place where like we as teenagers, well, I guess we weren't teenagers, young adults would go and drive around and inject marijuana. So,
Okay. Well, I knew this question was going to come up. Ethan or Titan's here, so of course Titan's going to ask this.
I don't. Do they think you're a little person, right?
No, I'm the mayor of the Shire.
It's
a small joke I have going on with Titan.
I don't know what that means.
It's my fascination with the hobbits.
I don't discriminate. I don't discriminate based off of size. So if you're a little person listening, I love you. So.
Well, see, that's my problem is I love the little people. So that's the joke.
Okay.
No, Mando's got a question for you too.
Okay.
So I'm going to highlight that for you.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
I have not. That's a really good question. So to backtrack, I guess for those that don't know, I believe I may have seen a Thunderbird. I'm not sure. I was driving down the street. I was on a very busy street. Specifically, it's Marshall Road in Kettering, Ohio. If anybody knows what the hell that is, maybe you guys can Google Street View it. And my daughter and I were in the car, and we saw this large, it looked like a crow. It looked like a crow. It was all black. It had the same face shape. Except it started to kind of fly down and it tried to land on one of those T-shaped, utility poles. And when it tried to land on the T-shape, I noticed that the wings were larger than the width of that thing. And I was like, well, that's not any crow that we have. They're not that big. Crows aren't very large. So then it just kind of flew off and went back into the neighborhood. And I did make a post about it. There's an app called Neighbors that you can discuss, you can talk to your local, people and whatnot. I'm on it, and this happened in my neighborhood. So I made a post about it asking if anybody saw anything. Nobody really responded. But it's very interesting. I need to contact the utility company and figure out exactly how large the width of that pole is to figure it out. But I'm assuming that it's probably about a good 10 feet across, but I would like to confirm that. But, either way, even if it is, and it was a crow with a 10-foot wingspan, no, I don't believe that there's anything like that exists. And it was not a condor. I can tell you that. There was no markings on it. It was just big black bird.
That's actually really exciting. I'm wondering what you saw too.
My daughter saw it. Before anything even happened, my daughter's 9. I asked her, I'm like, what did you see? What did you see? And she just told me it was a big crow.
Brenda, I'll be checking your message right after the show. I promise. I did not forget about you.
See, what am I missing? This happens. I talk and I miss things.
So, Keith, how did the people describe that large lizard-type creature? Was it bipedal, quadruped? What was it like? Details, man. Give us details.
Let me try to find what that was.
That's an interesting question. Less hints. That's interesting. I think I've had that happen once before, but I don't really know what explains that.
That would probably be more of a extrasensory thing. If you're having something like that, then you might want to look into, extrasensory, I guess, gifts, for lack of a better term.
Mm-hmm.
But that is interesting.
SOCOM saw a pterodactyl in his bird feeder. Okay. I hate when that happens, SOCOM. It's very disturbing.
They like the bird seed, do they?
Mm-hmm. Vincent, those booms are just me listening to music really loud. Make nothing of them.
We get the big booms also, actually.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Now, what do you think causes those?
That's a really good question. It's been something that's been going on for a while. I first noticed it actually because of that Neighbors app. Everybody's like, "What is going on? Nobody's letting off fireworks.
Hmm.
Nobody's seeing fireworks happening." At first they were saying that it was caused by ice coming off of like homes and things like that. Just weird things that ice can do.
Oh, we got Titan coming down to the good questions here.
You're right. I know I can't keep up. I'll finish with the booms though first. But yeah, people have been locally investigating the booms, and nobody can find a cause. So it's still up in the air. Local law enforcement's involved, but nothing. So as far as the Dogman popping sound, so Dogman's a very new concept to me, and I know that I was just in a discussion the other night. So I do this clubhouse thing also. I do everything, guys. I'm everywhere and I exist in everything. But we had this Dogman discussion, and I ended up being like the Dogman expert, kind of. And it was just weird because, like, just a couple months back, we had just covered Dogman on Wednesdays We Talk Weird podcast, and Pat, my co-host, and I had come to the conclusion that these weren't real things. Until, of course, I heard Ryan's story, and for whatever weird fucked up reason, I trust Ryan. So I believed his I believed his account, but not just that other thing. So as far as the popping noises that we hear with Dogman, and probably because it would be some type of evolutionary step that they can go from being on all fours to bipedal, right? I mean, they have that ability to do both, and to do both really well.
So calm.
So that's what I would think the popping noise. Brian, what do you think the popping noise is with the Dogman?
I've actually got a couple of different theories. I think one of them, it might be their feet shifting so they can go from quadruped to bipedal,
Mm-hmm.
so their feet can actually sustain the weight. Another one is it's a shifting of their hip bones. That when they go from quadruped position to the bipedal, their hips shift to support the weight when they stand up.
Well, it's definitely their joints of some sort, that's for sure.
I mean, I guess it could be muscles too. Maybe the muscles are pulling and the tendons are pulling, so it's making that pop noise. Big Rob, hey.
It could be. Oh, also, I guess I'll do a shameless plug here. If you guys want your own Flatwoods monster, this comes from Cryptid Comforts. It's a very awesome store on Etsy. Go find her and go get your own Braxy as the Flatwoods Monster's official nickname. So
Totally not a sponsor either, guys.
totally not a sponsor. I just love the hell out of Lisa, and she deserves all the credit. People send me all kinds of fun stuff all the time. I don't know. Maybe I'll do a video of just all the stuff I get sent. It's
See, I told you she's the better half. I don't get sent anything but hard times. So
sadly, that's true.
Okay, we got some good people here today.
Yeah.
Take it easy, Allie.
Are you going to say that our audience is bad at any point in time?
No, of course not. Yeah, Keith, I guess it could be all three. It is possible. I want to just narrow it down to just one, though. But you're right, though. It could be all three, I suppose.
I don't see why it couldn't be all three. I mean, why would only one set of joints do that instead of, the different jointed points? But that's just me.
Now, this is interesting.
That is really weird, but
yeah, that's not the first person I've heard say something like that, though. There's actually a family member who said that one of her drunken boyfriends did a similar thing. Kind of makes you wonder what's behind that.
Well, and of course I've got the lady who broke up with her boyfriend, and while she was breaking up with him, he turned into a werewolf. So, that's interesting.
So, what do you think of Bigfoot and Dogman living together? You want to go first?
Yeah, I don't think they do. I don't see why they would. I think that would be it wouldn't really serve a purpose. I think that they probably I think that they could live within the same proximity of each other, but I mean
did you mean like living together or coexisting?
I mean, yeah, that's a big difference. I mean, You know, we've got squirrels and birds outside. They don't hang out together, you know, so.
I think they coexist. I don't think they cross paths very often, though.
I have to mute for a second. I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah, Les, I think they coexist. I don't think they really have direct confrontations too often. You know, I'm sure if they're going after the same prey, absolutely they'll have some problems there, but I think they can flourish together. All right, now that's a good question, Michelle. That's a very good question, but do we really know if they were man-made, or is that just a theory? Because we do have to keep in mind that when you look at Bigfoot or Dogman or whatever, there are reports from the Native Americans, you know, way back before there was even a government to make them. So were they really man-made, or are we just creating our own versions?
I'm back.
Okay, welcome back.
What did I miss?
Michelle Hudson asked, why were they man-made? Who made them? And I was just explaining that there are native tales telling of these things, so we do have to consider that.
Oh yeah, these things have been around since before modern day science and technology. So to assume that they're man-made is not. It just doesn't. There's no evidence of it at all. If there was, then that would make sense. But
right. Well, you do have to consider though there are the ones they call the fatheads, and people theorize those are government made. But I mean, it's possible they're just another breed. I don't know.
well, another good question. A UFO Bigfoot correlate. This has been talked about a lot lately. I don't know if it's the UAP disclosure that's getting people really interested in it. I'm not really sure. But as far as the connection there, I think that well, there definitely is some type of connection. We see this happening in eyewitness accounts. I mean, like I think the most well known is the Presque Isle incident where a family saw a UFO crash and then they also saw a Bigfoot in the same night. It is something that does make sense, and whether or not they are exclusively related, I think that's another question. I think we do have flesh and blood Sasquatch, but I think it's also possible that we have creatures that go beyond our basic human understanding and present themselves to us in a way that we could understand. Even though it's so ridiculous, it's like the most ridiculous thing that our minds could comprehend, and that would be seeing Sasquatch. But I don't think that happens a lot. I think that's really rare.
Agreed, 100%. 100%. Ethan, I don't think it's really a hybrid of Dogman and Bigfoot, but people do see the Guggly. So when they see them, they automatically think either Dogman or a hybrid of Bigfoot and Dogman, but I don't think it's actually a hybrid.
Well, going back to the discussion we were having the other day, one eyewitness account was brought to my attention, and in that account, it was a personal account relayed to me from somebody else. So they're a friend of a friend, basically. What they were saying was that they think they saw a Dogman, but they don't know because the creature that they saw, the face was like snubbed like a pit bull. Okay. And so I think that if that's a different variant of Dogman, which would make sense because we have different variant of canine in general, then it could very easily be mistaken for a Sasquatch instead. Because when you think of a dog, you think of like the long snout as opposed to the flat face kind of snout. But as far as, I mean, if we believe that the Bigfoot is an ape, and we believe that Dogman is a canine, it is not possible for them to breed and create a hybrid.
I'm almost tempted to do a video on that because there's a whole lot to consider when it comes to breeding like that. There's a whole lot to actually think about, and it's not just as simple as two animals meeting each other.
No, it's not.
You got to think of chromosomes and other details such as that. Let's not think too much on it, but
not today. Very interesting take.
I'm going to take that. Evolution, I'm going to have to disagree with you 150% because I have seen a Dogman with my own eyes 15 feet away, and it looked like a hyena. So to say that Bigfoot's real but Dogman aren't, you're doubting so many people out there. It's not a good thing, bro.
That's true. I mean, well, right. Let's take into account, people that have seen it. I mean, we can't just say that it's nothing. We can't say it doesn't exist, because to the people that have experienced it, it's very, very real. So,
see, SOCOM presents a theory to Dogman, and that could be possible. Are they a type of Bigfoot? Maybe.
It could be. It could be.
But they are out there. They definitely are out there. There's some good researchers that have seen Dogman as well, so you can't just discredit them.
I mean, we were both Dogman skeptics at one point, so.
At one point, I didn't believe either until I've seen one 15 feet away. So
yeah.
Sometimes your doubt gets you in trouble, man.
Don't tell him that. You're gonna have him out in the woods saying, "I dare you, Dogman. Come find me."
I wouldn't recommend it. I know when I saw the Dogman, I was just kind of going, "Wait a minute, what?" No
but you
way.
didn't expect to. That's always the interesting thing about it, is that you were still a cryptozoologist at the time, but you weren't out there investigating. You were just in your everyday environment, being out and about.
Yeah, Michelle, actually, it's really interesting. We kind of stared at each other for a few minutes. There was direct eye contact involved, so it was pretty intense.
I just keep losing the chat, so I'm trying.
Evolution, it could be a long snouted thing, but are they monkeys? I don't think so, no.
I mean, it could be. If it's Sasquatch, then yeah, it could be. It could be an ape of some sort.
Yeah.
But what a weird ape. Sure, we do have apes that have longer snouts, but do we have apes with ears?
Oh boy, here we go.
Why does the goat man carry an axe?
Because he's no good at chopping somebody down with his hands.
Well, he just, you know what? It's really hard to come across really good firewood nowadays. And maybe he just wants to be prepared. And so he carries the axe with him in case he sees a really good tree stump that needs a good cutting.
Best possible answer right there.
I mean, that is a really good question. I have no idea. No, I'll ask him. How about that?
Well, when you talk to him, tell him I said hi.
I will.
Yeah, SOCOM, I agree. Dogman is actually a really terrible name. I think we have to think of a very fitting name and not Dogman, because that leads to a lot of misconceptions. So yes, I agree with you.
Yes, I think that, yeah, it's not Dogman just because. So
Michelle, actually, it was kind of like a chance encounter. That thing was just coming up to my friend's backyard. When I saw it, it saw me. Nothing bad really happened. It wasn't a violent, scary encounter, so to speak, but it was interesting to say the least. And yes, I do think at one time I saw a puck wedgie or something along those lines.
You think you saw a puck wedgie? How come I don't know the story?
I didn't tell you that story? I was telling Carrick that. Oh, I think I meant to tell you, but yeah, I was actually down at the wash where I take Duke for his run, and I actually saw what looked like a little person, only a few feet away, maybe like 10, 15 feet away, maybe a little bit more. But yeah, it was a tiny little dude that ran up into the bushes.
They're so
And
cute. They're such assholes.
I mean, small guy, not just like, 5 feet or whatever. This thing was like maybe a foot tall at most. A rat man? No, I can't say as I've heard of that one, Ashley.
Like a 7-8 foot tall bipedal rat? Is that what? I mean, rats can walk on their back legs, but
So like Master Splinter?
It depends. How big was it? There are very large rats, and I mean,
I think she means something that's like, like everybody else says, 6 feet or whatever, but a 6-foot rat is terrifying. I would not want to be around that. Rats are vicious.
Yeah, they're mean. Well, no, okay, they can be in the wild because all they do is survive. But like pet rats are very sweet and very nice, and don't call them vicious, Brian. They're nice.
Okay, to you maybe. Yeah, Vincent, it was under a foot tall, man. It was just a brief glimpse, but that thing was just hauling ass to get away from me and my dog.
Very interesting. I wonder why it was scared.
Oh, I mean, if you saw Duke, you'd be like, oh no, not him. You want to take that one first, or?
No, you go ahead.
Oh god, it's a toss-up for me. I like some of the older stories, so I go with like Genosqua and Gugway, and of course I love Dogman, but not to the extent most people think. One of my favorites, though, and Ashley's gonna hate this, is the Wendigo.
Why am I gonna hate that?
Because you don't believe in the Wendigo.
No, I don't. But that doesn't mean it can't be your favorite.
Oh, really, Keith? You'll have to message me over on Facebook and tell me all about that.
You want me to go now? My favorite,
Yeah,
or
please.
I guess the most interesting. Contrary to popular belief, and this is very, very controversial, but
Oh, you're about to break the internet right now.
a lot of people think that the Mothman is my favorite because it's what I'm currently working on. But he's not. He's one of them. He's definitely one of them now. I can't say he's not special. He's different, but not my favorite. I really like anything that can swim and anything that can fly. So, lake monsters, thunderbirds, things like that. I really enjoy. And then of course, I like the Flatwoods monster. It's just so fucking weird. I like things that are very, very strange. The Dover Demon's another one. So those are my faves.
Well, SOCOM, I think the height, really, I think a lot of the height is over exaggerated at times. I think they're about the size of normal human beings, if not a bit taller. Do they get 20 feet tall or taller? I don't think so. It's just not physically possible.
Well, not only is it just doesn't make any sense for them to be that large. They wouldn't be able to hide if they were that big. But one thing that I would like to point out is there was a study done. I can never remember the guy's name, but it was done in Point Pleasant to kind of gauge the size of actually with Mothman and just kind of see what eyewitness accounts, how they could be credible sizing and whatnot. So they took these Mothman cutouts and they placed them all along like the road in the woods and kind of, closer to the road and further from the road and, asked people how big these things were. And what they found was that most of the time they were grossly incorrect. I mean, they were very, very wrong about the actual size of these things.
Ooh, evolution. Good question, but sadly, there wouldn't be any Wendigo powers, though. There wouldn't be any ability to claw things open. That's just, I'll have to explain it to you when I tell my theory on the Wendigo. But I would definitely go with Bigfoot powers.
You already have Wendigo powers because you're starving all of the time. So.
You mean I'm eating all the time?
Because it must be because you're starving. I don't know.
Or because I'm really bored. I don't know.
Is that why you're so upset I don't believe in the Wendigo? Because you are one?
Maybe. Don't drop my secrets in public, Ashley. That's not polite.
Well, that's a really good question, Titan. Nothing really special. Let me be honest with you. Anytime that I'm invited to go out on a paranormal investigation, some very strange things can happen, but it's never what the people that have invited me to go out and investigate. Maybe it's their home, maybe it's their property, maybe it's a group of people that want to go to a public place. But nothing ever happens that they claim happens. People talk about, they're hearing disembodied voices or seeing apparitions, things are flying off the walls. Nothing like that's ever occurred. So I go in completely open. I'll take some sage with me and I'll burn it. But other than that, I don't know. I think it's because I'm like so in their face. I'm like, prove to me that you're real. Prove to me that you exist. And then they're like, oh shit, somebody wants to know about us. And then I don't know, leaves. I don't know what it is. I don't believe in ghosts that the same way that other people do, like I said, but I am more than happy to be proven wrong. Hey, if you have a haunted house and some shit is going down at it, please invite me and prove me wrong.
Well, you're partially right, evolution. There's a lot more to it. You can't just classify the Wendigo real quick. It's a long, long process to look at. That's why we'll be doing the video on the Wendigo pretty soon.
Because the Wendigo is multiple things and not actually its own creature.
Agreed. But there's still more to it. You got to look at different things and different aspects. Is it a cryptid unto itself? No, it's not.
So you agree?
I do.
See?
Oh, here's one. This ties right into our Wendigo thing, actually.
Okay. Go ahead, Ryan.
Okay, well, I don't believe in the rake. I know it's an unpopular opinion. I just think the rake is a creepypasta thing. But with that said, people are seeing something. Now, what are they seeing? It could be crawlers or pale humanoids. And if Nate is in the chat, Nate could probably explain it a little bit more to you guys. But yeah, I don't think the rake is actually a thing. I think people are confusing it with different entities out there. So I do have some encounters of those things, though, of crawlers and that.
I would agree. The rake is difficult. The reason why it's so problematic is because when the story, the creepypasta, the rake, was created, they also set up an entire website for people to report their sightings. So, and they encouraged people to do this. And not real sightings either. They were encouraging people to get in on writing this entire lore. And, it's hard then to take these things as credible. So it's a very weird area.
It's a complex thing to look at. We'll definitely have to go into it more in depth. So we're
But
going to
yes,
do that too. We're going to do a video dedicated to the Wendigo for sure.
yeah. Well, the short answer, Titan, is yes. I don't necessarily like the term tulpa because I don't think that there's anything spiritual about any of this stuff. I think it is scientific. I just think we don't have the right words to describe it. But yeah, I do think that it could definitely be a type of tulpa, but also just misidentified, probably 90% of the time.
Evolution. I think the crawlers too. Actually, if you look back, there's things called Ashmen. Those are pretty interesting. So you'll have to look those up sometime. Yeah, big facts, Joe.
Well, we did an analysis on the Slender Man thing, and kind of what we found was we were talking about, those teenagers that try to kill their friend over Slender Man, and Slender Man is known for killing kids. So kind of in a way, Slender Man became real just through the actions of people. So, but is the actual Slender Man a thing? No, it's just like the rake.
Michelle, which one is that? Is that the one where the little boy gets chased by something, or is this?
I know what she's talking about. I think it's like the alien type creature that's like walking along the bridge.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, it just came out. It's like alien.
A couple times.
Actually, well, that one's been debunked already. A lady's come forward. It was actually just a lady walking home from a party. You can actually see, if you look at the video, you can actually see that her hair's in a bun. She's wearing a really short dress.
Okay.
So that one was debunked a couple days ago. I'll have to find it and post it.
You'll have to send me that link. I didn't see that.
I will.
And you were right. You were right. See, you were right again.
I often am. So
the squonk, I've never heard of it.
You don't know about the squonk?
I don't.
Oh my god, he's so cute, but he's not cute.
Okay. Explain.
The squonk is like a and I might butcher the story because I don't read too much into it, but it's kind of a silly one. It's kind of like the hodag. The hodag's not real,
okay.
right?
Right.
But the story behind it is that it cries all the time because it's so fucking ugly. And it is. It is. But I love you, Squawk. I am on your team.
Now, is that the Squonk or is that Ethan?
You need to be nice to people, Ryan.
I can make fun of Ethan. That's my bro right there. So, SOCOM, in a way, yes, but in a very, very, very big way, no. Because the whole stag-headed thing, it was never part of the original Algonquin Wendigo mythology.
Yeah, it isn't a thing anyway. So,
in fact, the only part that a deer head plays in the whole Wendigo myth, it's when they're doing the anti-Wendigo rituals. A wrinkly pig that cries. Okay.
That's the Squonk.
Okay. Boy, Titan's is coming at you with the questions today.
These are really good questions. I'm glad. Thank you so much, Titan. Hello Earth. That is interesting. I talked about this yesterday. I did the Parachill stream. We kind of talked about here's the problem with Hollow Earth is that we can't prove it or disprove it. Nobody on the entire planet has ever taken a drill and drilled from one side of the Earth to the other, right? So we don't really know what's in the middle of the Earth. They've tried it, but it didn't. We don't have the proper equipment. Everything that we have, fails against the pressure once we start getting down into those depths. Is there something in the middle of the Earth? I mean, there could be, but I don't personally think so, just because I believe that a lot of things that live on Earth can't really live without the Earth's ecosystem. And if you're inside of the Earth's crust, you really don't have any. So
yeah, it doesn't I totally agree on that.
Just ethically, it wouldn't make a lot of sense for things to live inside of and not be able to really grow, because you'd have to, in order to start life, you'd have to be able to expand outwards, and they really can't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'd be really difficult for anything to actually live with all that.
Yeah, it would.
I think those are time slips, Les. I think people are actually having time slips of some sorts.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point. We were talking about, gosh, I keep going back to all these discussions that I have. I guess I talk about this stuff a lot lately. But we were recently discussing how a lot of the dinosaur cryptids are located in Africa, right? They're South African.
Correct.
And, you know, but the thing about that is that it's kind of got its ties into racism. And I'm not going to get into it too much, but the thought process behind that is that back in the day, these explorers and whatnot going to South Africa thought that the place was so primitive that something like a dinosaur could still exist in it, which kind of creates problems. And nowadays, people in South Africa openly admit that they just continue these stories because it's really good for the tourism. As much as I would love to believe that, you know, we have pterodactyls and we have raptors and things like that, I don't think there's any good proof of it. But I think if something prehistoric is going to survive the test of time, it's going to exist either in the air or in the waters.
Agreed. Evolution, no. I mean, people claiming to see the dodo, I don't think they're really seeing the dodo at all. But there's a megalodon again.
Ryan's favorite.
I cannot escape the megalodon now. But I definitely hope that there's something out there that would be considered a dodo bird. It'd be nice if they came back from extinction somehow.
I mean, if we have a lot of people reporting sightings, then yeah, I would consider it a cryptid because it's extinct. We know it's extinct, but if it's not really, I mean, that's still a different side of cryptozoology.
That's true. Keith. Oh wow, you kind of nailed it, dude. Some skinwalkers actually do wear those antlers, so it would explain the whole misconception of the Wendigo. Very nice, Keith. I'm impressed.
Keith should be up here, apparently.
Nope.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, that's just like the Tasp or the Megalodon or, you know, what have you. That would make sense.
Ethan, the Meg was my pet. Come on.
What kind of pets did you have before the Megalodon came along and destroyed them?
Oh, I had things I can't even talk about.
Oh, yeah?
I would go to jail for having these things as pets. Yes. Well, I mean, there's a reason why Dogman's being cited now. He got out of my backyard.
It's confirmed. The government engineers cryptids and gives them to Ryan to raise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're usually problematic, and they're like, yeah, we don't like them anymore, Ryan. You can have them. I'm like, all right, cool, yeah. I'll name him Floofy.
I'm stuck at this chat thing. I'm so sorry, guys.
You'll get used to it. Give yourself time.
Or I won't. I'll just hire somebody to use the chat for me.
Yeah, we could do that. We could bring somebody else on later on, and they can read the,
have them read out the comments. Probably, yeah.
We could. I mean, that would work. Okay, Keith, flattery will get you everywhere. Just saying.
Wow, very nice.
Mm-hmm. Joe, come on, man. You promised you wouldn't tell anybody. Dude.
Keeping secrets from me, I guess. Wow.
Titan's talking to you again.
Oh, what does he need? Well, that would be great.
Ethan's a grand poobah. He knows everything about everyone. So go to Ethan when you want to know something.
I'll keep that in mind.
And he does really good food reviews too, and he loves his coffee. So
yeah, I love coffee too, Ethan. We are on the same page there.
Yeah, he and I are always on the same page. It's pretty cool.
Who, you and Ethan?
Mm-hmm. You should hear Ethan's voice. Actually, Ethan has a great voice. We need to get Ethan up here someday.
Well, why doesn't Ethan come on someday?
He should. I'm trying to encourage him to do so, but I think he's a little shy.
Oh no. Don't be shy. We're just weird. I mean, we're just weird people. You can't possibly be any weirder than we are, I promise.
Oh, he knows I'm weird. He definitely knows I'm weird. He's known me for, 2 years now? About that? He knows I'm weird.
What should be on the docket for next? I don't see any questions right now.
I do.
Okay.
Well, Ethan, I think they're very heavily influenced by people that see them. I think Hollywood knows a bit more than people like to think. What do you think, Ashley?
No, not necessarily. No.
No.
Um, I think that like when you're creating a character, sure, everybody's got inspiration from something. So could it be inspired by something else? Yes, but I don't think that they're direct representations, unless whatever movie, film, TV show, book, whatever they're making is directly related to that thing.
Could be. Could be. Is Big Dill a cryptid? No. All cryptids fear Big Dill.
Yeah, Big Dill is not. That would be the ultimate conspiracy, though, wouldn't it? Big Dill, the cryptid hunter, is actually a cryptid. He'd be like Blade.
Right? He would be. What is a puppy man? Oh, you mean Puckwudgie? Is that what you're talking about, evolution?
The Puckwudgie,
The puppy wedge?
the puppy man.
Okay, there's Ethan's channel, guys. You can go check out his channel.
Yeah, go check out Ethan's channel because apparently he's got a great voice. I've never checked out Ethan's channel, so I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna go sub.
Look at that, Ethan. You got another one.
I did it. I just did it.
Nice.
Ethan's channel. So.
See how nice, how sweet.
Well, anyway, the Puckwudgie. You want to tell people what the Puckwudgie is?
I think that's going to actually have to be a video. It's going to take a while to describe what a Puckwudgie really is. So we'll dedicate a video to that.
No, it's not. The Puckwudgie is like this big, and it's a little person. That's what a Puckwudgie is.
There's a lot more to it than that. Don't let her sell them short. But hey, Ashley. We got another Ashley here.
Well, I'm Asherz, so.
Let's see. Sam Lee. Is the Wendigo a spiritual entity or something that is spawned from a man like a werewolf? That is a really excellent question. Now, in the metaphorical sense, it is a spiritual entity because a lot of the native tribes believe it's a spiritual entity. But there are also those that believe it's in the shape of a man. So it's a little bit of both. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, a little bit of both.
Mm-hmm.
I find it interesting that the Wendigo seems to somehow be related to Dogman in a way. A lot of people bring them both up together.
You know, the reason why that is because when the Europeans came over, there was a big hybridization of the two tales. And the Europeans actually added the more animal-like features to the Wendigo.
Okay, well that
wasn't part of the Cree Algonquin Ojibwe thing. That was actually strictly European.
White people.
Oh, hey. Thanks, Ashley.
Well, thank you, other Ashley.
Yeah, we got Ashley 1 and Ashley 2. Uh-oh.
No, I'm Asherz.
Yeah, true. Sarah's, hey, what's up?
So it's okay. She can be Ashley 1.
Okay, fair enough. Ashley numero uno.
Mm-hmm.
I actually know a lot of Ashleys now. It's like after I met you, I started meeting one Ashley after the other, and I'm going, what's going on here?
I think a lot of these people you knew before me. I don't know.
Kind of, but not really. I mean, most of them I met after you, so I'm going, oh, great, another Ashley, another one. What the hell?
They're all just me wearing a disguise.
That would explain a lot, actually. That really would.
I have an entire army.
An Ashley army? That's
we're whole species, yeah.
Okay, that's terrifying. Oh, look at this. There you go.
Oh, well, thank you. They're talking about you, though, Ryan.
I'm not pretty.
See, Ashley number 1 knows. Yes, we are all. That was the plan from the get-go. When the first Ashley came to the planet, we had to scope it out. It's kind of like Invader Zim. You know, they'd send one of the aliens to go like scope out the planet, and then like before they invade it. So now we're working on phase 2. So we have different Ashleys coming along, and
Ooh. You want to answer that one first, Ashley, or you want me to take this one?
Go ahead.
Okay, I absolutely love the Genosqua, actually. I did a video on that. So there's a lot that I think of the Genosqua, and I give my theories and ideas pertaining to it. But if you want me to answer it for you, I do think that there was a type of Bigfoot that the people were calling Genosqua. I do think they were highly aggressive. And I don't think it's something you really want to mess with. And I do wonder if they're still out there today. What?
Yes.
That is terrifying. A gang of Ashleys.
Oh my gosh, I should have a party one day and only Ashleys are invited. Oh my god, it would be so amazing.
That'd be like a hostile takeover, though. That'd be
I'm gonna do it. Well, it's like the Josh fight, you know, but instead of like fighting, we're all just going to come together and hang out. The Josh fight was amazing. It went so well. I'm going to plan this. I'm going to get all the Ashleys together. We're all just going to hang out. We're going to talk about our plan for world domination. Okay.
It's going to be great. So the two Ashleys are going to be conspiring now. I'm terrified. Ethan, help me.
The two Ashleys. There's a lot more Ashleys than that on the planet, Ryan.
The two that I know in this chat right now. I am absolutely appalled. I'm terrified and frightened for my life. Ethan, come help me, bro. I need an adult.
Sorry, I'm smoking. I'm a bad person, and I like
bad influence.
What?
Bad influence.
I am. Don't smoke, guys. It's really bad for you.
Yeah, don't smoke, kids. You look like Asherz.
You will. I know. And like, I'm actually only 12, so I'm like, how old I look. Cigarette smoking is so bad for you.
Yeah, we'll probably end this here in a few minutes, though. We just wanted to say hi to you guys, see how you guys are doing, spend some time with you. Let you know we did not forget about you.
Yeah, nobody really. I mean, I don't know how many of your people follow my stuff, but you know, we just wanted to show you guys that you know, Ryan isn't just adding somebody just to fill the shoes of Josh, which of course nobody can do. Right. And that's not what I'm here to do. You know, but I'm a real person, and I believe in the Mothman. So, that should tell you enough about the kind of content you're going to get on your you know. I guess I will. I mean, I'll mention, you know, I'm not just, you know, I didn't just jump into this, guys. I started off you know, initially I've been into cryptozoology for a very, very long time. I didn't get into Fortean studies until like the last year or so. But I have a background in astrophysics. I was going to go to school for zoology at one point. These are more than just hobbies for me. So I take my job very seriously. I like to have fun. I enjoy comedy. I think that comedy is a great way for people to connect to each other. So if you ever have heard my podcast, sometimes it can get kind of inappropriate, but you know, I think it's important for us to just kind of not be so serious all the time. But I do take my science very seriously. So
big brain all day.
I try.
And Sarah has a question for you.
We're still talking about the Wendigo. Everybody likes the Wendigo, don't they? Well, so the Wendigo, I mean, we've discussed it. Ryan disagrees with me, I guess, but we agree we're on the same page. So I simply think that the Wendigo is not, I don't think it's its own entity. I think that the Wendigo is an explanation for a multitude of things. I think that it's a primitive explanation for mental illness. I think it's a primitive explanation for, you know, cannibalism and things that like you shouldn't do. And then I also think that it could be misidentified creatures otherwise, whether they be paranormal or cryptid or whatever otherwise. How many tattoos do I have? That's a good question. I have currently 9 tattoos. So I've done everything. People will find that I've done everything. But I was a body piercer for a long time, so a lot of my tattoos are experimental. But yeah, I have 9 currently, soon to be more. West Virginia, Mom was just South Point Plus. Oh, well, thank you, Keith. I had no idea that you listen to my stuff. But thank you. Yeah, when you go, I mean, hey, you can hire me. I'll tour you out in Point Pleasant. I'll take you to all the fun spots. It really is a good. I'll say this: Point Pleasant. I would never live there, but I love going. It is a very town and very, very rich in history. It really does have a lot more to offer than you think. You just have to be willing to open your eyes and kind of really take a look. But you know, let me know what you think. So, a way to make nervous try and fear eating each other. Evolution. I think that is one explanation. Yeah, I think that's a very likely explanation. It's just like the Bible. It's code of ethics.
It is a spiritual belief. It is definitely tied to their spirituality, but there's more to it than that evolution. That's why I'm going to do a couple of videos dedicated strictly to the Wendigo.
When I was too busy talking.
That part I'm going to have to disagree with on evolution because it was around long long before anybody even came around them. So
when the colonizers showed up, they started that's when they started prosecuting people for what Wendigo syndrome. Um, there's right, there's accounts of that for them, demanding these people be held, to a court of law. So I mean that shows that there's definitely been a history of Wendigo before that.
Yeah, it was around a long time before.
Titan has a really good question. So I have already been investigating LBL, but not in person yet. I will definitely be going down there. It's only about 2.5 hours away. I have a team. But mostly I have a partner, one other person. I'm hoping to wait for Ryan to come through and go to LBL with me. But in the meantime, I've been doing some very in-depth investigation. I have combed over now every single local newspaper to the area in search of the infamous LBL massacre from 1980. I'm now up to 87. I have yet to find any proof, but I'm more than happy to go down there. I do think a lot of weird things do happen in that area.
We'll definitely be planning a trip down there sometime. I want to go there myself, so we will definitely.
I'll be down there more than once. So, I know a lot of people don't know this, but like different things, different creature sightings, not just Dogman. We were talking about this the other day. The Kelly Hopkinsville Goblin incident is 30 minutes right outside of LBL. It is definitely a hot spot for high strangeness, whatever. And then I've got some other stuff up my sleeve, but I have definitely been looking into it. So it'll happen.
Mm-hmm. Someday you will see us doing a live investigation from there, so you guys will see what we see.
One of these days.
That's a good question, Sam. And in a way, it did become lycanthropy. When the European settlers came over here, they did hybrid the Wendigo and the lycanthrope mythologies together. So they kind of became one and the same to the Europeans, but to the natives, it was still a distinct thing all its own. So.
That's a really I'm actually kind of shocked anybody's ever mentioned that again. Yeah, the Minnesota Iceman. We did talk about that. So that's a good question. When Heuvelmans and Sanderson went and saw the Minnesota Iceman, they were absolutely convinced that this thing was real. So for anybody that I guess I'll back up. If you don't know what the Minnesota Iceman is, it is allegedly could be a Sasquatch, the missing link type of creature that was found in a block of ice in Russia, in Siberia. Nobody really knows, right? But it doesn't matter because it's here now, right? So this guy was like taking it around the circuit, specifically the circus circuit, and saying, "Hey, I've got this creature. Come see it." And Sanderson and Heuvelmans went and saw it, and they said, "Yes, this is the real deal. We unfroze it. This is actually a person. The wounds are real. It's whatever it is. It's real." But then they took somebody, I think it was from the Smithsonian. I can't remember. They took somebody, some scientist, to go confirm that it was real. And when he got there, it was not the same thing that Sanderson and Heuvelmans saw. It was a different. It was a, it was a gap. It was fake. Was it a bait and switch? Right. It could have been. Is it because maybe the guy, I can't remember his name right now, but was it because the guy didn't want his thing experimented on? Was it because maybe he's had it tested privately and it was just a person? We really don't know. But now it is on display, I believe, in Texas. I'll have to double check. It's in display in Texas, but they won't test it, which is a little weird to me. So do I think that it's real? I mean, I think there's a possibility that it could be, but before I landed on a for sure answer, I would love to see the DNA.
That's the way to do it right there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's no reason why we can't. We have the body. Let's do it. Let's get it done. Let's figure it out.
Yeah, that's it for sure. Let's see what we got.
But then it kills the mystery. So, and I understand, because the kid in me wants to believe that it's real.
Mm-hmm. That's the thing, too, when everybody's so anxious to discover these cryptids. Part of me doesn't want to see that happen. I like the whole, the mystique and not knowing and wondering. It's just, I don't know. It's a part of life. So
the whimsy behind it, but we'll still have more mysteries just because we solve some.
Yeah, but I mean, come on. Imagine the disappointment the day that Dogman is verified and we know exactly where they come from.
I would be very excited.
I would be excited too, but I'd be disappointed though, because there's no more mystery to it. And I love the mystery. I love going out there and not knowing what's up.
Yeah, but there are other things that you could then, put your focus on. I can't study everything because there's just too much to know. That's
This,
why
this is
I've
true.
become a Mothman expert, because that's the only thing I can really, because there's so much to it. I mean, I don't have a choice.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, some people describe that when seeing crawlers. So I'll be talking about that as well, Ashley. That'll be tied into the whole Wendigo video when we get started on that.
There's also the like the stickman figures, like the
Mm-hmm.
stickman ghosts.
What's up,
You know,
Rick? Long time no see, dude.
I would fucking die if I saw Gumby walking around the fucking woods.
I'd be more afraid of Pokey. That horse just looks.
Either or, I'd be like, what is happening?
Yeah, but Pokey always just had a shady look to him, like he was plotting something. He really did. There's something very sketchy about that guy.
I would be very confused. I'm trying to catch up on the chat again.
Oh God, Titan.
Look
That'd be the stuff of nightmares right there. Gumby with an axe. Game over right there, man.
But you can't, because you can't even would he if you try to stretch him, would he eventually break, right?
I don't know. He changed shapes in the show, so would he break? I don't think so. He'd be like the T-1000.
It would you could stretch him out across the entire world, and then eventually, you'd have to go back to the starting point and grab another piece and just continue to do it like Play-Doh. I mean, that's what I'm assuming, right? Or like slime or something, like putty. What is Gumby made out of? Is he he's clay, right?
Mm-hmm.
You could heat him up and then shatter him.
That's a good question, Les. If you actually go back to the native lore regarding Dogman, they were actually guardians. They did protect the dead. So could it be they're just guarding the bodies of the dead people there? Could be.
There's a guy that lives local to me who's become famous and stuff, and he says that Sasquatch are guardians. He says that the property that he knows of where they're guarding it. I would like to go to said property. I am, you guys will find I am the utmost skeptic. If you're making a big claim, you better be prepared to let me jump on it, because if I can't see it with my own eyes,
you're a lot like me. I need to have the evidence first.
Then you're full of shit. Right, exactly. Don't come and tell me you got dogmen on your property that you feed and you talk to and you hang out with. Let me come and see them, and then I'll tell everybody.
Exactly, yes. You can't make bold claims like that and then not supply any evidence. It doesn't work.
Right. It doesn't.
Ashley, if you can, message me about that over on Facebook. Let me know what happened.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be cool. But that's what I'm just saying. If anybody has some close relationships with these things, I would like to know.
Yeah, me too. I mean, definitely. That's something that you can't just be like, oh, I do this every day and not show us, because it's going to drive us nuts.
I will come. In that case, typically, like I said, if you want my services, you got to pay for my travel out there. But in that case, I will pay for all of it. All of it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Do whatever it takes. I won't film them. I just want to come and talk to them. So
right. That's all I'm asking. Or just show me one of them. Show me one, and I will be a very happy man.
Don't show me pictures of leaves either. I will be very mad.
Joe knows who we're talking about. Okay, Joe.
There's a couple of them. I'll be honest. There's a couple of them, but yeah, you probably do, Joe.
Yeah, I'm sure, Joe. It's very strange, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I will come and take an honest look. I mean,
well, Rick, I mean, probably because they don't come to you with these claims, so you're just now hearing it. You're not missing out on much, though.
I mean, I'm the girl that believes in Mothman. Trust me, I can believe in anything.
I don't know, Les. If she's giving them Happy Meals, man, I'm going to go start hiding out in the woods, too.
She's got free Happy Meals.
Heck yeah. I'll hide out in the woods for a Happy Meal, man. Don't think I won't. It's not below me. I'll do it.
You would, too.
I'm constantly hungry, though, so I'll be stealing the Happy Meals from the rest of them.
All the time. I need 10 Happy Meals right now.
Pretty much, yeah.
5 minutes later, I need 10 more.
I wouldn't gain a pound.
It's bullshit is what it is.
Don't be jealous. Don't hate.
You want a real medical anomaly, right, Trimley, everybody?
Mm-hmm. I can eat and eat and eat and eat and never gain a pound. All right, folks. I think we're going to go ahead and end this here. But we will be back, though. You're going to start seeing some videos from Ashley and I.
Yep, we will. Do you know what the next thought we're doing? Skinwalkers, right?
Yep. First video we're going to do is Skinwalkers, followed up by the Ashmen/Crawlers, and then the Wendigo.
So you guys, you got to listen to all of them to really get the scope.
To get the full grasp, you're really gonna have to listen to all three. But if you guys got some requests, shoot me a message on Facebook, Twitter, leave it in the comment section below the video. We'll definitely get to it though. So in the meantime, you guys take care and thanks for showing up, everybody.
Bye.
Much love, everybody. And